This channel is sponsored by Loot Crate, the monthly subscription box that's always filled with surprises for gamers and geeks alike. If you're interested, go to lootcrate.com/hawk525 and after choosing your crate, type in promo code HAWK525 for a 10% discount. The link and promo code will be in the description box below. Thanks guys, and hope you enjoy the show. Alright, what's up everyone? Sean here with Danny.
What's up?
And we're finally back for another movie review. We went and watched Kong, Skull Island, a couple weeks back. And it's relatively still fresh in our mind. And now we have a chance to, sit down and both talk about it. So how did you feel about it, just based off of, without spoiling it, of course?
Yeah, overall I liked it. It was action-packed, which I do enjoy. And I'm a big action movie fan, so you know, if you're into that, solid action, like a lot of shooting and like even like a good amount of blood and like this and that, all that, it was very very entertaining.
Yeah,
you'll like this movie. I overall I thought it was great. It was I like the cinematography, the directing, even the acting was pretty solid. So, I mean, I did enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, it's a nice little change from, like, watching Godzilla, the legendary film with, Bryan Cranston. Yeah. Looks like they've learned from that experience.
Oh,
and
definitely.
they definitely, amped it up with Kong.
It's from the same studio, right?
Same studio.
Okay.
Which is why I'm going to tell about that in the end, but...
Okay.
Or in the spoiler portion, but anyways. So yeah, it was filmed from the same studio, Legendary Pictures or Legendary Films, whatever. And yeah, it looks like like I said, they took a lot of notes from that, and they definitely made it a lot more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to like the pacing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Kong looked like the classic Kong, which I liked personally.
Yeah.
Not saying like the Peter Jackson Kong or King Kong.
This Kong was more upright.
Upright, yeah, he was much more upright.
Yeah.
Than Peter Jackson Kong. He's just literally a big ass silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kind of like
like this. He's always on his
forearm.
Yeah.
It's on his arms and stuff and. Yeah, but yeah, this Kong super upright, a lot more human, I guess you can say, in a way. And when it came to like the other monsters, or quote unquote monsters, I thought they were pretty interesting.
The Skull Crushers.
Skull Crushers, yeah. And then the spiders.
Oh, the insects, yeah, the spiders, and then the one squid or the octopus.
Yeah, octopus, yeah. I thought those were nice little touches in there.
Yeah.
There's no T-Rex. I will say that much. Disappointed.
I mean, it would make sense not to copy. Peter Jackson's King Kong, that was supposed to be like a prehistoric island, This is more like a mysterious island.
Yeah. And,
they, I guess the giant lizards, maybe they can be considered dinosaurs, I don't know. But to me, no T-Rexes, no raptors or whatever.
Yeah.
No classic dinosaurs, It's all like its own, like unique, like giant insects.
Yeah.
And lizards and stuff, which I liked.
Yeah. And the casting was pretty good. I thought Jackson and was it Tom Hiddleston?
Tom Hiddleston, yeah.
Tom Hiddleston. I forgot the female actor's name.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, and John Goodman, of course,
yeah.
All in the rest of the cast.
And John C. Reilly, can't forget about
John C. Reilly. Oh yeah. I actually like kind of forgot about him before watching the movie, and then when I saw him, I was like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck?"
There he is. Yep.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, like I kind of get those like what was it, Will Ferrell like kind of movie vibes,
Yeah. He is a classic John C. Reilly that we all know and love in this movie. He's the funny comic relief.
Yeah. He's definitely the comic relief, and but everyone else, I believe, did a pretty good job.
Everyone was solid. Yeah,
everyone was solid.
Very solid. Very good.
Felt like no one wasn't not necessarily useless or they weren't definitely not or unnecessary or anything like that. Everyone had like a pretty good role.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job with their role, and
Mm-hmm.
and the acting was great. The direction, like you said, was good.
Yeah.
And I love the colors too, like the design. Like it had like this very warm color to it, very orange,
Yeah.
and the green, and then like you have like the vast greens.
Yeah, it was just overall warm,
Very warm,
like
yeah.
with like the sun setting and all that.
Yeah,
And it felt like like you were there. It felt like this mysterious island. It was cool, the setting and all that. I did enjoy it.
it definitely looked a lot more brighter than like Godzilla.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That Godzilla
Couldn't
film.
see anything.
You couldn't see anything because like pretty much everything took place at night except for the very last scene with Godzilla getting up.
Yeah. It's either that or it's like always smoky.
Smoky, foggy, yeah. But
for like the building he destroys is always like covering like all the monsters. Everything was covered. It's like what the hell? I can't see shit.
but because seemingly they took notes. This film was very clear. You can see Kong. You can even see like a whole like full body shot of him like upright and stuff.
And surprisingly enough, he appears very early in the movie.
Very early in the movie, yeah.
Unlike Godzilla.
Unlike Godzilla, yeah. And then you kind of, and it's a very good amount of Kong in there too. Like you don't really,
hell yeah.
it goes, it's like it feels like it's definitely going back and forth with the humans and Kong, and like in like a very equal amount of time. It felt like maybe we see more humans, maybe, but to me, definitely it didn't feel like it was all on the humans, but and Kong got a good amount of screen time, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, and so with that, it definitely made things interesting, a lot more interesting, a lot more tolerable to watch in a way that especially for the more casual audiences. I feel like they're definitely gonna enjoy this film a lot better because you see Kong, you see the humans, going back and forth, like I said, and the action was great. There's a lot of bullets fly and a lot of explosions. Trees flying and oh man, yeah,
people getting killed. Like,
people getting killed. Yeah,
it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was surprisingly brutal.
Yeah.
We'll definitely talk more about that, like the exact fatalities in the spoiler portion. But man, it's a brutal island. Let's just say.
Oh yeah.
Very brutal island, and definitely you feel that, and it makes this island like more alive in a way. And definitely you see the indigenous tribe, like the people there, like the human tribe on that island, and it definitely felt like a tribe. It's not like a stereotypical like African like tribe like with like that.
Yeah.
They're very silent. They're very calm. They're like just
Yeah, they're not hostile at all. They're complete opposite of Peter Jackson's tribe.
Yeah.
When those people were hostile as hell, killing people and everything. This one was just friendly.
Yeah.
They take care of them, and they took care of John C. Reilly's character.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, definitely from the Peter Jackson Kong. You feel the Lord of the Rings-ness to it. They're all like kind of Gollum in a way, or like or like the orcs or Orokai or whatever.
Yeah.
You're kind of just all vision shit. And the cinematography definitely didn't help. But anyways, what else? Oh yeah, and the music was fantastic. All the overall like the sounds and stuff like that. I just love Kong's roar and just him pounding his chest and stuff like that. Just definitely overall, Kong was definitely like a nice complete monster movie package. Definitely felt like everything was in there, like all the necessary stuff was in there, and I think you guys will enjoy it, and especially if you guys are big fans of Kong. I definitely would highly recommend it. As someone like me who loves monster movies, especially with Godzilla and stuff like that. So, what about you? Are you a huge monster movie fan at all, or?
Well, when it comes to monsters, I did want to watch Godzilla, but I was a bit disappointed in that one. So when I went to go see Kong, I really wasn't expecting much. So I was surprised by how much I liked it. In the end with Kong. So overall, monster movies, when they're done right, they can be really good, as with Kong. Godzilla was it did fall flat a bit, but it was still okay. But Kong, in my opinion, Skull Island, I liked it better.
Yeah. And And this Kong is a little different. It's not like the 1930s Kong. It takes place in the 1970s.
Yeah,
actually.
1973, and it's all pretty much like 90% of the movies in the island.
Yeah, on the island.
They never
yeah.
go to the city or anything.
They never go to the city.
Yeah.
So it takes like place during or pretty much almost after the Vietnam War.
Yeah. Pretty much when everyone was coming back home.
They're about to come back home,
Yeah.
and then they get the call.
Yeah.
So that final Call of Duty, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. So yeah, it takes place around the Vietnam War era, or at least the end
Towards
of it.
the end,
Towards
yeah.
the end of it, of course. So and then of course you have some of the peace era and stuff like that with the hippies and stuff like that. So
You can see a little bit of that.
see a little bit of that. So you get like hints of the 1970s of of that era and during or in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
So there you see some of the protests and stuff like that. So which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Kind of neat. So
Yeah, I did like the set designs. It felt like, oh yeah, they were everything was designed from back then in the early 1970s.
Yeah.
Like from like the look, how they dress, their hairstyle, like even the technology, the cameras, the music, of course, awesome soundtrack. And it was very well done. The set designs. I like that a lot.
It definitely felt authentic.
Yeah, authentic. Yeah, definitely. Like every little detail was done right.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much that's all I can say before we actually go deeper into like the spoiler territory and stuff like that. So what would you give it for a rating?
I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. I it's kind of hard for me because I'm definitely on the fence between 8 and 9. So I don't want to say 8.5. Just trying to be a little more decisive here. And you know what? I think it's safe to say it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's a nice solid 8 out of 10. A very very good monster movie. Definitely a monster movie. It's like a monster movie well done. Especially coming from watching Godzilla a couple years ago. That was in 2014, right?
2014. Yeah.
3 years. So definitely they took notes from that. It does show, and it's very much enjoyable, very bright, vivid, and doesn't feel like kind of slump and gritty, and or it has its own little thing of grit or flavor of gritty or grit.
Yeah.
But it's just done right. It's not like dark, like monotone in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the casting was a lot more enjoyable to see.
Yeah, the characters were much better.
Yeah.
They were way more entertaining than Godzilla.
Yeah. The only person that was saving that film really was Bryan Cranston.
And yeah, we all know what happened.
We all know what happened to him. So yeah, unfortunately. But anyways, so yeah, we both gave it an 8 out of 10. We highly recommend it. So that's pretty much it for the non-spoiler portion of the review of Kong Skull Island. If you guys haven't gotten a chance already, try to go see it in theaters. If not, definitely it's worth the wait for the Blu-ray or possibly on Netflix or or your rental places or whatever.
Yeah, this movie is a definite watch, whether it's in the theaters, which we would recommend, or definitely you have to see this if it's on Netflix or rent it on Redbox or Blu-ray, whatever.
Yeah,
it's definitely a must watch.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go into the spoiler portion next. So thank you guys for your time, and we'll see you in the spoiler portion later.